Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today. I just want to say thank you. I know that doing the work is not for the faint at heart. And there are people that'll make fun of it. Oh, you got to be doing the work. And it's actually a real fucking thing. And doing the work is a phrase that's been like overused now. So it's lost its power, which happens often, just like I love you. And I believe that's purposely done to whitewash our power, to just dull it is a better way to say, or dim it. But anyhow, the work means that you are constantly responsible for you, because you are the only one that you can be responsible for. You are the only change that you can make. And so if your reality is chaos and discomfort and misaligned and feeling excruciating or exhausting, it's on you. And so the work is, how can I alter my reality? And what is showing up for me that I need to correct in myself? And the big correction is returning to love. This is a love that transcends emotion. It is an all-accepting love frequency that we are in our truest form. And so anything that creates a wedge to that needs to be eradicated, because it's dense and it can't be taken into this paradigm, which we have already arrived. So if you're experiencing a lot of turmoil, it's because you're still carrying that shit. So there's that. But thank you, because I love seeing different cards in the spread, and it's also a way for you to learn, because the more you know, the more you remember. I'm not teaching you shit that you don't already know. You'll hear things that'll crystallize in your being that'll say, whoa, why does that feel so familiar? Or because the spirit recognizes truth when it hears it. And so in any of those moments, your body will just be all afire and tingles and excited and just feeling completely alive. And that's truth. And so if you have not experienced that or haven't been experiencing it of late, really be aware of what you're surrounding yourself with or how you're behaving. So the sacred geometry that showed up for today is Merkaba. Merkaba, there's different ways to pronounce it. This is the interlocking pyramids. And so there's many facets to this. Merkaba means light, mer. Ka means energy, ba, body. And so this is what we are. That's a spirit, right? Light, spirit, body. Ka is spirit. So Ka is the word that was used in ancient times for energy. And so the Merkaba is the joining of the masculine, feminine for all that is. It's the ether. So the downward pointing pyramid represents feminine. It's that receptacle, the chalice, the receiving, the deep stillness, and then that undercurrent of water and earth. It's this power. Whereas the upward pointing pyramid represents masculine. It's the sword, it's directive energy, it's fire, it's air. And the joining of those two is all that is. It's the ether. And so I love when Merkaba shows up, because This is actually my purpose and path on this earth, is to rejoin that. So I am becoming as whole as I can be alone. And I can actually summon the Ka in myself to great power. And I know that somewhere in the ether, there is this male, this conscious, aware male that is also doing that on his own. And in our cleanliness and purity of intent, we will join. And it will actually create a frequency that will make a shockwave through the entire consciousness. And that's the power of monogamous, sacred, conscious sexuality. Because there's not the congestion of dense energy of multiple partners that are not conscious, that are not aware, that are not at that vibrational level of Ka. And so I get excited when I see that, because I'm like, it's getting closer. I really feel like it is starting to radiate towards me, and that's mine. The power of the Kundalini and dancing. So this is me dancing and being receptive. And so Coyote showed up. Coyote is the trickster, but he is so smart. And I love the message of Coyote because he will actually create detours and distractions and even disappointments in your spiritual path. But it's always to teach you something. So when you are diverted into any kind of deceit or distraction or disappointment, be really hyper aware of what that's teaching you, instead of the human predisposition to spiral into like sadness or depression or standstill. And so that stagnation is really the ultimate danger of diversion. Don't stagnate. You have to really be aware and conscious to get the lesson in that. So you could say, thank you, Coyote. I needed that. Now I can break this pattern. Because when you are stuck in patterns that are affecting your frequency, the universe will create those lessons of diversion, detours, distractions, disappointments to teach you through the smackdown of the trickster, thank you, Coyote, so that you stop doing it. So it's like tough love. Thank you, Coyote. And so Lepidolite is about self-acceptance. So this, again, is don't spiral into depression when things like that happen, saying, oh my God, I'm such a loser, or I have this dark part of me that's not okay, or you have to accept every bit of you and love every bit of you in order to integrate it all and become more whole so that you can be this on your own. And Merkaba is also a vehicle into source. And so this is Lepidolite. Lepidolite has a really high lithium content, so it's super chill. And I love using Lepidolite with PTSD and really high anxiety clients, because it will take you into your higher self so that you can see how divine you are. So learning that acceptance of self, that you're human. So whatever judgments you have about your body or your intellect, because that's what the ego usually judges, right? Which is not even you. It's not even the real parts of you. Your real part is the soul, which is the universe, which is God, which is source, which is divine, which is perfection, vibrating as matter temporarily. And so you can't judge the matter because the matter's not even you. This is Lepidolite. These are polished Lepidolite. palm stones that I use in my healing sessions. This is raw lepidolite, but it's a lepidolite window. And so I love that. I'm going to get it close to so you could see that it's actually transparent. It's a window. But this is how they grow. They're very flaky. It's like layers upon layers upon layers, almost like that pastry. But it's beautiful. I love the beautiful lavender color. Isn't that beautiful? So it's about accepting every part of you, not rejecting any part of you. And so acceptance goes then into the deeper sacredness of appreciation. So if you accept it, can you then appreciate it? Appreciate those parts of you, how you've been forged, created, what you chose for yourself, the experiences you chose for yourself, even the darkness. Can you love even those parts of you that ache? And so Contour Yakchak showed up. This is the blessings of the sun, Hanapacha. This talks about the condor. So the condor is an amazing bird of prey. And it has literally multiple times been at the brink of extinction and has come back. So it has this really powerful message of resurrection. And so when we can become whole by learning our lessons and accepting all of those parts of ourselves, it is a resurrection. You will see yourself reignited in this passion for yourself and wholeness in your being that is unmatched. And then nothing can touch you. Literally, you are unfuckwithable when you reach that level of self-acceptance, self-love, and resurrection. Because that's the work. So when they're saying doing the work, that's the work. That's the work. Can you take the lessons and then say, I accept this, and I accept the parts of me that feel damaged through this. And thank you. I thank myself for choosing these experiences. I thank these people for making things that weren't so easy so that it really refined me. Because you're not refined by the easy experiences. Those are like the respite of grace. But the human experience is about refining yourself as a spirit. But all of it is about returning to love, the resurrection. And that's the spread for today. So thank you. Thank you. I love you. I'll say it again. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.